Hankang's novel Love in Yoso is a story about sadness and beauty. It takes place in the seaside city of Yoso and is about two people who try to understand each other through love and pain. The novel shows how love can be difficult and complicated, but also how people can grow through it. The main characters, Minwoo and Sujin, both have deep emotional wounds while living in Yoso. Minwoo lost his family in the past and also went through a painful breakup. These experiences left a deep scar in his heart. He moves to Yoso to forget everything and start again, but the ocean reminds him of the memories he wants to forget. Sujin grew up without her parents' love, which makes her feel awkward and uncomfortable when building relationships with others. She works in a small cafe in Yoso, spending most of her time alone and feeling comfortable in her own world. Minwoo and Sujin meet by chance at the beach in Yoso. At first, they both have a hard time opening up to each other, but slowly, as time goes by, they begin to understand each other's loneliness and pain. They start to become closer. Minwoo sees Sujin's loneliness and tries to get closer to her, but he cannot fully open his heart because of his past pain. Sujin also feels drawn to Minwoo but hesitates to show her feelings. Their relationships is like the waves in the sea, getting closer and then pulling away again, repeating this cycle many times. They often walk together on the beach at night, sharing their stories and comforting each other. Even though they give each other some comfort, they find it hard to fully stay together. When Minwoo gets a letter from his ex-girlfriend, he becomes confused and is not sure if he should stay in Yoso or leave. Sujin notices his hesitation and wants to hold on to him, but she is afraid she might hurt him even more. In the end, Minwoo decides to leave Yoso and says goodbye to Sujin. They say goodbye at the cold night sea, where they share their true feelings without hiding anything. After Minwoo leaves, Sujin continues to live in Yoso, thinking about the memories of their time together. Because of her time with Minwoo, she slowly learns to love and accept herself. Minwoo also remembers Sujin after he leaves Yesu and realizes how much their time together meant to him. Through Minwoo and Sujin's story, Hankang shows that love is not just about happiness. Love is a complicated feeling that also involves pain, loss, and sacrifice. The beautiful places in the Yoso represent the perfect love they both dream of. But in real life, they struggle to reach that dream. Their love is like the tides, coming close and drifting apart, always moving but never staying still. The sea and nature in Yoso are closely connected to the feelings of the characters. The sound of the waves shows their uneasy hearts, while the stars in the night sky and the moonlight on the sea symbolizes their small hope and gentle feelings for each other. The cold wind and the deep ocean in Yoso make their loneliness feel even stronger. Hankang's way of describing emotions is very delicate. She shows the way Minwoo and Sujin look at each other, the way their fingers tremble, and even their smallest smiles, helping readers feel their emotions clearly. She also describes the streets, alleys, and seaside scenery of Yoso in great detail, making readers feel as if they are actually there, experiencing the sights, sounds, and even the cold air of the city. In this story, Yoso is not just a background. It reflects the feelings of the main characters. The deep blue ocean represents the deep wounds and sadness that Minwoo and Sujin carry. The waves that come and go again and again show the memories and feelings they cannot let go of easily. The nights in Yoso makes them feel more lonely, pushing them closer to each other, but also making them feel more worried inside. Minwoo and Sujin's story is not only about love, but also about how they face and overcome the emotional wounds they carry. Meeting Sujin gives Minwoo the courage to face his pain, and through Minwoo, Sujin begins to overcome her fear of relationships. But this process is not easy, and they both have to work hard to stay by each other's side. After Minwoo leaves Yoso, Sujin stays there, holding on to her memories of him. She thinks about the time they spent together and realizes how much she has changed. She feels that she is no longer alone and that she has become someone who can share her heart with another person. Minwoo, even after leaving Yoso, often thinks of Sujin and remembers how much she changed his life. Even though they are not together, they left a strong mark on each other's lives, which gives them comfort and hope. Hankang's love in Yoso makes readers think deeply about what love really means and how people can grow and change because of it. Love can be painful and difficult, but it also has warmth and comfort when people understand and support each other. Like the night sea in Yoso, their love is dark and deep, but there is a small light of hope within it. This hope, even though it is small and fragile, is the last feeling they hold for each other and helps them keep moving forward. Hankang's gentle writing and emotional descriptions make the story deeper. Minwoo and Sujin's story happens in Yoso and leaves readers with a lasting feeling of sadness and beauty. The novel makes readers think about the complicated nature of love, the pain and beauty within it, and reminds us that humans are people who accept each other's wounds and choose to walk together despite them. Minwoo's journey in Yoso starts with the hope of escaping his past, but as he spends time there, he finds himself always reminded of what he wanted to forget. The sea becomes a symbol of his memories, showing the deep pain he carries. When he meets Sujin, he realizes that running away from his pain does not make it disappear. Instead, their connection helps him slowly face those hidden emotions. Sujin, who is used to being alone, feels confused by her growing feelings for Minwoo. Her life has always been about keeping her distance from others to avoid getting hurt. But with Minwoo, she finds him someone who understands her silence, her hesitations, and her fears. She wants to be closer to him, but also struggles with the fear of getting hurt. Her inner conflict is shown with great care, capturing her wish to connect with someone and her fear of being vulnerable. The setting of Yoso plays an important role in shaping their feelings. The small alleys, the sound of waves hitting the rocks, and the quiet nights all show the unspoken tension between Minwoo and Sujin. The white sea symbolizes the chance for a new start, but also the heavy burden of their unresolved pasts. Walking along the beach at night, they sometimes do not need words. They just listen to the waves, letting the silence speak for them. This is where they find peace, in the calmness of nature where words are not always needed. Even though they care for each other more and more, Minwoo becomes even more confused when he gets a letter from his ex-girlfriend. The letter brings back old memories, and once again, he feels torn between his past and his present. Sujin notices his confusion and wants to ask him to stay, but she's scared of losing him and is unsure about her own feelings. Their goodbye is painful but honest. Neither blames the other, and they both know that this is something they must go through. After Minwoo leaves, Sujin continues her life showing quiet strength. She keeps working at the cafe, and even though she misses him, she finds strength in their shared memories. The small changes in her, becoming more open, facing her fears, are the gifts Minwoo left for her. She learns that loving someone does not mean owning them. Sometimes, love means letting go and allowing both people to heal. Minwoo, after leaving Yoso, thinks about his time with Sujin. He knows that meeting her changed his life. It was with Sujin that he learned to stop running away, to face his pain and accept it as part of who he is. Though they are no longer together, the influence they had on each other's lives is unforgettable. The memory of their time together, the warmth of their shared moments, becomes a source of comfort for Minwoo as he moves forward. The idea of acceptance is a strong theme in the novel. Hankang shows how both Minwoo and Sujin, through their relationship, come to accept not only for each other, but also themselves. Love in Yusu is not about a perfect happy ending, but about the growth and healing that comes from truly connecting with someone. The journey of the characters is not about finding perfect love, but about discovering strength in their imperfections. Hankang's beautiful descriptions of Yosu make the city almost like a character itself. The movement of the tides, the quiet mornings, and the wide sea are all part of the story, reflecting the inner lives of Minwoo and Sujin. The detailed description of Yoso's landscape, the salty smell of the air, the cool night breeze, the sound of the waves, brings the setting to life, making it feel like the city itself is witnessing their pain and their moments of happiness. In the end, Love in Yoso is a touching story about love in its most raw and vulnerable form. It is a story of two people who, despite their fears and uncertainties, find a deep connection. Even though they part ways, their love remains a love not defined by possession or being together, but by the changes it brought to their lives. It is a love that helps them face their pasts, embrace their wounds, and keep moving forward, even if the hope is faint. Hankang's gentle way of writing about love, loss, and acceptance gives readers much to think about. Her detailed and emotional storytelling makes Love in Yoso a touching story that stays with readers long after they finish the book. The novel reminds us that true love is not about perfection. It is about truly seeing someone, understanding their pain, and choosing to share a part of the journey with them, even if it is only for a short time. In the quiet city of Yoso, with its waves and starry nights, Minwoo and Sujin's love story unfolds. A story that is not perfect, but deeply beautiful, showing the strength of a human heart.